For Emmanuel Macron, this is a make or break moment. He is standing at a crucial juncture. Let me tell you why I say that. When Macron came to power in 2017, he promised to quote-unquote transform, not reform France. He called for an international roadmap to fight terrorism. He promised zero tolerance for crimes. Macron is France's youngest president. And 3 years into office, he has been dealing with multiple challenges. Macron is fighting criticism at home and abroad. Thousands of miles from Paris, there are people burning the president's effigies, stepping on his photos, brandishing swords, calling for the boycott of French goods. In Pakistan, things spiraled out of control, like we told you. The government bowed down to Islamists and agreed to have the French envoy leave the country. Macron has suddenly become one of the world's most controversial leaders. Do you know how he got here? By standing up for the French Constitution, by standing up for sovereignty, by standing up for the people of France and their freedom of expression, by cracking down on terror and calling out political Islam. And in doing so, he became one of the most hated leaders in the Muslim world. Of course, there are countries standing by Macron as he fights radicalism, but there are also countries like Pakistan, leaders like Imran Khan, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Malaysia's Mahathir Mohamad, who are trying to build a chorus against Macron. And Macron's troubles do not end there. Let me now show you what's happening at home in France. In Marseille, people are protesting the Wuhan virus lockdown measures. The restaurant owners want the Macron government to allow the businesses to reopen. Gym owners want their gyms to reopen. Nightclub owners also have the same demand.
Laissez-nous! Laissez-nous! Regardez les documents de l'INSEE, il se dit qu'en France.
This is Cannes. Here too, people are unhappy with the Macron government.
We've been closed since October 15th. There is no one around anymore. We've scheduled to open on April 1st, because now it is not worth it. You just sell 2 rooms, money will just go down the drain. So it's unfortunate. Cannes runs on the conventions. We haven't had a convention this year. It runs on national travel and flights.
Similar sentiments are being echoed across France, where restrictions have been implemented to deal with the impact of the second wave of the Wuhan virus. How is any of this Macron's fault? After Macron's government proposed a security law which would make publishing images of police officers a criminal offense, things have gotten worse for him. The government says the proposal is intended to protect police officials. Critics say it endangers journalists and observers who take photos and capture videos of the police conduct during demonstrations. France is headed for a presidential election. In 2022, Macron won 66% of the French votes in 2017. A year into office, he faced the Yellow Vest protests. Macron's approval rating fell to 29%. Throw in the pandemic and the humanitarian crisis it brought along. Add to that the global economic crisis, the protests against Macron at home and abroad. Where do you think his approval ratings stand now? A poll conducted in October found 63% of people disapproved of Macron. When Macron came to office in 2017, he promised to transform France and the French police system. Like I mentioned earlier, he promised to uphold secularism and fight terrorism. Aren't his actions in line with those promises? Isn't that what France voted for? That said, there is a thin line between fighting radicalism and being hateful. There is also a thin line between being a tough leader and disregarding people's rights. Macron is walking that tightrope. This is his make or break moment. If Macron manages to really turn things around, he will set an example for not just Europe, but for the entire world. If he slips, he loses his office.